morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on when you're watching this. So I needed to ramble again. This is a topic I've been meaning to get on here and talk about for a while, and my child said something recently that blew my mind, and I thought, okay, I need to get this out of my head. And lucky you, I'm going to share it with you. So, Santa Claus. As a parent, what's your beat on Santa Claus? Because I didn't give it a lot of thought from being a kid and figuring out the secret, and then up through adulthood, didn't give any thought to it really at all, obviously. But when I became a parent, I had to think about it. Because my mother, especially, was intent on Santa being a big part of Christmas. Which I think is a pretty normal response. And I am just kinda not totally down with it. Like, I do not want to pee into anyone's eggnog here, okay? But for me, this is not for other people, or their kids, their families, you do you, boo. For me, I'm just not hugely into it because it just kind of feels like lying. Again, not trying to yuck any yum. I know a lot of people, families, who have wonderful traditions, and Santa's a big part of that, with the cookies and the milk and the wish list and all of that. I got nothing against that. I think it's really cute, and I wish I could get on board with it, but it's just doesn't feel right for me and for our kid. Our kid is observant. Okay, I was gonna say he's observant for a 6-year-old, but I know adults who are not as good at making cognitive connections as this child. Sometimes me included in that list. And the way he asks questions and the way he finds answers is amazing to me, and it's beautiful and terrifying. How do you parent a child who is occasionally smarter than you? I haven't figured it out yet. And I've been kind of wrestling with this, as he gets older, especially, his questions are more pointed. And we were in the car the other day. I wish I'd had a video of my response to this because it was great. But we're in the car. Apropos of nothing. There was no provocation for this. We weren't talking about Christmas. We weren't talking about anything like this. It's quiet in the car. And from the back seat, my beautiful angel baby goes, "Santa's a ghost, right?" I screamed, y'all. I screamed. I was like, what? Santa's a ghost? They said, well, that's how he gets through walls, right? And y'all, I haven't been able to get that out of my head. I'm like, kid makes some salient points. Now, for those of you who don't know, my child is pretty interested in the macabre. He loves zombies and vampires and ghosts and things like that. He loves, they make so much stuff for kids now that's like spooky ooky but adorable. He eats it all up. And so like Halloween is his favorite time of year. He loves Dia de los Muertos now. He's obsessed with Coco. He will sing you any song ad nauseum, and it's his favorite time of the year. This year's going to be interesting because it will also be the anniversary of my father passing. I'm trying to figure out how to make that a sweet thing, maybe tie that into Dia de los Muertos. I haven't tied it down yet, but I'm close. But he just loves all the creepy stuff. And so it makes perfect sense to me, knowing my child, that he would connect the Christmas lore to the Halloween lore. And before you even suggest it, no, I am not going to show my kid The Nightmare Before Christmas, because he will love it and he will make me watch it, and I hate that movie. I know it's not allowed. In college, all of my theater friends loved it. My roommate in college, it was like her favorite movie, and I was like, you keep this to yourself. I do not like it. It's creepy and gross, and I don't like it. Do not put your Halloween in my Christmas. Don't do that to me. So even though I think my kid will love it, I'm not showing it to him yet. I'm keeping that one. That's selfish, mommy, and I'm tough because I don't want to watch it. Someday, but not yet. Not my baby. I don't want to do that. Get your Halloween out of my Christmas. But anyway, all that to say, I'm never sure how to talk about the Santa thing because if you'll excuse me to get a little bit intellectual, for lack of a better word, one of the things that I've thought about more in the past year or two, because I've seen some people talking about this, if kids believe that this magic dude brings them presents based on whether they're good or bad, and then they go to school and they talk to the other kids about what Santa brought them, oh boy, you want to talk about a masterclass in accidentally teaching your children classism? Because if one kid says, and let's say it's like the jerk kid in class, okay, like the kid that's mean, he goes around and is telling everybody that Santa brought him an iPad. And all the other kids are like, really? Because Santa brought me a board game and a book, you know, or Santa brought me new socks. And it becomes this whole idea that you kind of, no one likes to think about this, but like, it gives your kids a false impression of earning things and deserving things. Because my kid, for the past couple of months, every once in a while, he'll do something really sweet. And I'm like, oh, that was so sweet. And he's like, well, you know, I don't want coal for Christmas. And I'm just like, okay, we're going to have to break that down. But for now, thanks for doing the sweet thing. Keep it up. But I want to be so clear. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. If Santa is an important part of your family, enjoy it. I'm so happy that you enjoy it. But I've gotten in my head too much about it. And so it's tough for me. And I can't ignore it. I can't take it out of the lore. Even if I wanted to, the grandparents would just put it back in. Probably all of them. But I feel like I can sort of adjust it in a way that works for my house. And I haven't quite figured that out yet. I did see one great story a while ago where a mother was talking about she had at least 2 kids, and when the older one got old enough that he kind of figured it out, instead of just saying, oh yeah, that's a lie we told you, can you continue to lie for your baby brother's sake, she kind of made it abstract and she said, oh well, you're old enough now, and so you get to be Santa now. And he was like, what? And she's like, yeah, because being Santa just means doing nice things for other people and not letting them know it's you so you don't get credit. And he was like, oh, okay. And so she turned it into this whole thing where like they found a neighbor, someone in their neighborhood, and she told him, she's like, okay, we're going to be Santa for Miss Jones over there. Can we figure out something that she needs, and then we can give it to her and have her not know it was us? And they realized that every morning she'd go, I'm paraphrasing all of this, it was a while since I read it. Every morning she walks down the driveway to get her newspaper and stuff, and she's only in bare feet. So the kid, the sweet little kid, is like, oh, can we get her some slippers so that she doesn't have to wear bare feet in the morning? And the mother's like, that's great. So they go and they buy slippers, and they put a note on there that says from Santa, and they leave it on her front door, and then they go and they're like looking through the blinds, like watching this woman get this gift and the joy that it brought her. And so she was able to teach her kids a kind of abstract concept. I'm thinking I may go something in that route because my kid is very sweet and very generous. He's a giver. And I want to find a way to further encourage that, not just you should be nice so you get presents at Christmas, which he seems to have somehow picked up, but just the idea of what it means to be a Santa. I will probably go that route, but like I said, I haven't ironed out all the details yet. Maybe more coffee will help. Anyway, I wanted to ramble about that, and I wanted to share my hilarious child's Santa's a ghost, right? Y'all, I literally screamed with laughter, and he was just giggling in the back seat like, what's funny? He is, right? Oh, he's a keeper. All right, well, this has been your AlliRambles. Feel free to give me your thoughts on Santa in the comments. Keep them nice, because like I said, I'm not here to say you shouldn't lie to your children about Santa. It's your kid. You tell you what, lie to your kid if you need to, okay? I get it. So yeah, I'm not yucking any yum. That's just my 2 cents, my 2 holiday cents. So have a good day.